So, my goal was to create a dinghy that is inexpensive, reasonably seaworthy, reasonably easy to make, and that will fold flat. And my current 10-foot inflatable rib just doesn't have enough room for everything I want to carry, which is 2 people, 1 dog, 2 bicycles, and cargo consisting of either trash going on shore or groceries coming back. So my inspiration came from Portaboat, which is a commercially available polypropylene boat. It folds flat, and because I know that it is capable of many flexing cycles, I thought to myself, that's a good material to use. So I chose for the material 4mm thick coroplast, which is the typical thickness of yard sale signs, which are made from coroplast. It is polypropylene. It is just like cardboard, except that it is made from plastic. And then also the hulls are going to be the 4mm coroplast, and then the decking and the bulkheads 10mm coroplast. In addition, there are angle iron, which is actually going to be angle aluminum, used for rigidity and to distribute the load. Another requirement that I had was that it had to have a draft of less than about 8 inches because of the dimensions of the freeboard that's on the boat, and because you don't really want to be bringing something into port or onto shore that has a real big draft. And it needs a mount for the motor, either a trolling motor or a little kicker motor. Dimensions. What you're looking at is a 5:1 scale model. The overall length is going to be 8.5 feet. The beam approximately 6.5 feet. It will have a deck area of around 55 square feet. The weight will be approximately 89 pounds just for the boat itself. Cost. The coroplast, if I purchase it at a distributor in bulk, comes to $130. Angle aluminum, $120. Hardware, glue, another $50. Total, $300. Still a lot less than an inflatable, and a lot more interior room too. When I made this model, I made it out of yard sale signs. There were 2 different types of yard sale signs, probably from different manufacturers, and that's the reason that the hulls look a little bit uneven. The bending characteristics were different. On the front of the boat, 2 Schedule 40 PVC pipes. They are used to provide additional strength to the glued connection, which is right there, and also in case it gets bumped in some way, and could also be used for an additional place to tie things if I had a cross member going between those 2 pieces of PVC pipe. Also in the front section, cleats in order to be able to tie down a cargo net. So this area up here on the bow could be used for cargo with some cleats on it here too, and then that would be secure. This area is also used to prevent spray from coming up and hitting the passengers. In the midsection, there's an additional cargo area right here. That cargo area also would have cleats to tie up a cargo net, same thing. In each of the hulls, here and here, the cargo could be put. The folding bicycles will fit in there quite nicely. The dog could go in there too, and groceries, spare paddles, fuel tank, and batteries. Over here would be the bulkhead for mounting the motor, either a kicker motor or a little trolling motor. Right here is where the passengers would sit, in the back of each of the hulls. Just to get some idea of the space available for sitting, because that is an issue, how much space is available for the passengers in terms of passenger comfort for a longer trip. I took 2 dolls. The first was Barbie. I think that's Barbie anyway. And she is scaled up to 4 feet 9 inches. So a real person would be just a few inches bigger. But unfortunately Barbie's knees don't bend. But she could be sitting here on one of the bulkheads, and her friend, I thought her friend was Ken, but now I'm thinking it's actually Todd. She dumped Ken, and Todd is her new boyfriend. He's an Australian, and he's very wholesome, but he looks a little vacuous. Anyway, he is exactly 5 feet tall if you scale up the doll to the actual size, 5:1 scaling, and he could be sitting right here. He can reach his hand out, control the trolling motor, as could Barbie, control the kicker too. So it looks like a lot of the requirements are met. Just for completeness, I will show what the underside looks like, how the hulls are fastened together with the angle iron. The angle iron adds rigidity to each of the hulls, and it is bolted. Probably use grommets going through the coroplast in order to prevent any sort of splitting or any other kind of issue like that. It also has wing nuts on the bolts just to facilitate screwing and unscrewing them. And the stern of the boat, each of the hulls is folded around, so that what I do is I heat up the coroplast and then bend it, and it is actually one-piece coroplast in the back, folded up so there's no possible leaks in the back. Probably the weakest point would be up here at the bow. It's going to be reinforced here with the PVC pipe, and if successful, also do some polypropylene gluing. So that's it. I think in another shot I'll show you how it folds down. It takes too long for this video to show the actual folding process. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the little video.